Another how-to video. So you guys have probably or may or may not have seen our previous how-to guide to submitting your cards to Card Grading Australia. However, a few things have changed in the process, so we're just going to show you how to do that and take your cards from raw to a beautiful card in a slab with a grade. As you can see here, we've got two of our favourite cards. Pink back Charizard and a pink back Chew. Who doesn't love a good Chew? Alrighty, so first of all you want to select out your cards that you want to have graded. So we've actually got 4 cards here, 4 holos from Pocket Monsters from a friend of ours. Sorry, 2 holos. 2
non-holos.
Sorry about that, my apologies. Yes, 2 holos and 2 non-holos.
If they make a holo Ghastly, I'll jump on it.
That was my apologies. All Pocket Monsters. These are actually a friend of ours. He gave us a bunch of...
struck a deal.
Yeah, we struck a deal with him. Thanks to Eric for that one.
Gave us a bunch of bulk and we'll grade his 4 cards that have nostalgia meaning to him.
Yeah, definitely. So they're his 4 cards, and we're also adding in from our own stash a Gyarados GX, a Raichu GX, and a Charizard GX, all from Hidden Fates. Just the promo cards from the tins because we think they're amazing. So obviously these guys are pretty much ready to go. They're in a card saver with a penny sleeve on them. So obviously you put the penny sleeve on first and then put them in the
We'll walk you through that
penny
now.
saver. Yeah, so we've got our 4 cards here which are raw. So I'm just going to grab 4 penny sleeves. They have to be clear penny sleeves, so you can't put them in any promo stuff. Or anything with like a dark...
Do I have one?
Yeah, we'll just have a look if we have one just so you know what we're talking about.
Something like this.
Yeah, so something like this which has detail on the back but's clear on the front.
Yeah, the new email from CJ asked for them to be in clear penny sleeves.
Yeah, clear penny sleeves. I guess it just makes his job a lot easier. Chuck that back to Ben. And I'll put these all into their penny sleeves.
And then when it comes to your semi-rigids or your rigids to send them in, which is your hard cases for protection, you'll have 2 options that we'll show in a second.
Okay, so I've got these 4 into penny sleeves to start off with. So the next step would be, this is optional. This is not something you have to do. This is just something we do.
If they're going
don't stress
into top
about
loaders.
It. So we're putting our cards into top loaders to protect them. If they're going into card savers, it's not really that big of a deal as it's easier to get in and pull the card out itself. So that's all this flag is designed to do. Again, don't stress about it if you don't have them.
Yeah, something we got a lot of questions of in the last video.
Yeah, in the last video.
People freaking out about the flags.
Look, it is optional. It doesn't have to be done.
If you don't have them, don't do them.
But basically all I'm going to do is chuck it on the back of the card, grab my top loader, and when I can get it in there, put it in, and there we are.
Then when the grader has to pull it back out, he can use the flag to yeet it back out rather than digging his fingers in there and potentially damaging the edging of the card before grading.
So here we've got our 4 cards for one of our mates. They're ready to go, or what I would consider ready to go. There is another step which we'll get to in a minute. And these are our 3 ones in the card savers, which do not need to go, do not need flags, because as you can see, they're really easy to open up.
They're semi-rigid, so they're not too hard.
Yeah, they're really easy to open up. So again, you can do it without the flags in these ones as well, so don't stress about it. Alright, I'm just going to move into the computer room and show you where to go next. Guys, so we've jumped over onto our computer and we are on cardgradingaustralia.com. This is their homepage. If it doesn't look like this, you're not on the right page. Up here you'll see all the different tabs. Obviously you want submissions, which brings up their different sorts of services, yeah. So it starts from a 3-day business express, which is $49.50 per card, all the way down to 45 business days for 100 plus cards. So we like to sit in the middle. We start at economy, 30 business days, 1 to 20 cards, because we have under 20 cards at $16.50 each.
If you had over 20 cards, you see the one underneath, it dropped down to $13.75 a card, so you get a pretty good savings.
Discount, yeah.
We've used the 3-day turnaround before.
Which is a great service.
So if you need a card back ASAP, it's definitely worth doing. You will have it back in 3 days. It's really good.
Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of the team at Card Grading Australia. We've put hundreds, if not thousands, of cards through them, and we've never had a problem through all different sort of turnarounds. So
once you know what you want, click your submission form.
So over here we're going $16.50 for 1 to 20 cards, as we only have, I think, seven something like that. Anyway, submission forms will bring up this page. So you've got to fill in your first name, your last name, your best email contact, your best phone number, and your return address for your cards. This is important to make sure that this is correct, because this is where Card Grading Australia will send your cards to. So always double check, triple check, just make sure that you've got the right address. Obviously, if you have a typo or something happens, you can
email them.
Chuck them an email and they'll be able to
make sure your email address is 100% correct, because that is your 99.9% of contact is through that email. So once you do this submission, the first form of contact you're going to have is the email.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's all going to be email from there.
Once we get to the payment side of things, your email address becomes really important. So make sure it's one you have access to, and make sure you're constantly checking your junk and all that sort of stuff. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Just going to jump on, put through all our details, and then we'll click next, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty, so this is your next page. So once you put in all your details and click next, this is what will come up. So just double check your details here. So we chose economy 1 to 20 cards, and I'll show you how to enter them in. So as you've seen,
card maker.
Or before, you can't see it in front of this.
No,
that's my bad. But it's it's our Charizard GX. So this one's from you would have seen it earlier. So we're gonna go card maker. So our card maker is Pokemon. The year of the card will be at the bottom of your card somewhere. Ours says 2019 in the bottom, so 2019. And this is part of the new part of submitting your cards, is a set. Now, this never used to get asked, which it now obviously is. So this is a Hidden Fates promo card that we got from the promo tins that you would have seen in one of our previous videos. So I will put in Hidden Fates. Player card name is Charizard.
GX.
Charizard GX. Oh God, CGX. So then the next one is the card number. So this actually has a promo number, which is SM211. Ordinarily, other cards have like
maybe like 5 out of 100 or something like that.
If it's a promo one, it'll obviously have what series it's from and then the number and all that sort of stuff. So the next one is serial number. Now, Pokemon cards don't have serial numbers. That's more for, I think, sporting cards have serial numbers.
I'm not too sure about that one. We've never filled it in.
Yeah, just leave that one blank. Across to the next one is your estimated value. So what you think or what the card was purchased for, raw.
What would it cost for you to replace the card if it was to catch fire or disappear? Yeah,
so we estimated at $10. With $10, we'll be able to buy another one of these GX cards with no trouble. Number of copies. Now, if you had the same card, multiple copies of the card, say 5, you would put 5. However, we only have 1, so we're just going to put 1. So there comes the $16.50, and it has a running total, so you know how much it's going to cost you. Then you click this little plus arrow, or plus, add another row, it says, which will obviously add your second card. So
and you just do that over and over again for each and every card.
So I'm going to go through now and go through and do it for each of the cards, and I'll come back before I press submit and show you guys what it looks like. Alrighty guys, so you can see we have entered in all of our cards that we are doing for this submission. So we have 7 in total. We've put all the relevant details in which will show you later in the video how to find them on your cards. So once you've finished entering them in, just double check the details, make sure they're all correct. yeah, next thing you want to do is there's the terms and conditions. Make sure you have a read of those, as there is a lot of helpful information in regards to submitting your cards, paying for your cards, and receiving them back, and all that sort of stuff. So it's good to have a read and just make sure you know what you're up against and what's going on. So obviously then you have to click on to I agree to Card Trading Australia's terms and conditions. Again, there's a link there to show you where they are. So you will select that box because I agree to them, and you will click the submit button. Once you've clicked your submit button, Jesus, it will say thanks for your submission, we'll get in touch shortly. So you'll receive an email almost instantaneously, if not within the first 10 to 15 minutes, confirming the cards that you have or that you're wanting to submit. Alright guys, so this is what your email will look like once you receive it. The next bit of paperwork you want is something similar to this. So all we've done...
Written down or printed, it doesn't matter. As long as the details are there.
So all they want in the details is the person that is submitting the cards, which is us, Ichiban Collectibles, our return address, which you will put whatever your address is, obviously, your contact number, so your mobile or home phone if you have one. I don't know who has a home phone these days, and your best contact email, which is our email. Also, you will need to put your payment preference. So if we always pay via PayPal, it makes it just a whole heap easier. However, you can pay via bank deposit as well. You would just obviously say your payment type or payment option would be bank deposit. Whatever is a preference for you, whatever's easier. They don't mind. Again, this will need to either be printed off or written down and put in with your paperwork so that all the information is clear for CGA. Makes their job a lot easier if they know what you guys
Who's it
want.
coming back to?
Yeah, and just again, double check all the return address. It's just all cross-referencing and double checking just to make sure that everything goes smoothly for both you and CGA. So we're back in our room with all our cards. So here they all are, still in the condition that they were before, with their sleeves on, all that sort of stuff. They're in the order that we have put them in on for the submission. I mean, if it gets out of order, don't stress too much. So the first thing I'm going to do is just quickly show you how to find the information that is asked on the Card Grading Australia website.
So the first question is card maker.
So obviously we know that this one is Pokemon. If it would be a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it would be Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball S. Whatever it is, that would be the maker of the card. What's the next one?
Next one is year. Where to find the year?
So the year varies on the cards. So for this one, you can see down in the bottom left-hand corner, right there, it says 2019 Pokemon. Sometimes they say it in the middle or on the other side. This year is a Pocket Monster. The Pocket Monster actually says it on the back, 1996. Pretty sure it also says it on the front if I'm not... Oh, no, sorry. That's my bad. It doesn't. So for Pocket Monster cards, it is on the back there if you can see. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to focus on it. Maybe a bit too close. There we go.
Guys.
1996. So that's where the year model is for these sorts of cards.
If you have a card like this, where it has multiple years down the bottom...
Yeah, so this is a shadowless Magikarp.
It's going to be always whichever the number is the highest on that copywriting card.
Yeah, so on this one, it is a 1999. Even though it starts at 1995, the year would be 1999. Yeah. So that's just a demonstration for that
Just
one.
In case they have multiple years on the copyright.
All right, what's the next one we've got on the list?
The next one is the set. This one's a bit harder.
Okay, so this might take a bit of... Oh, God, I can't pick it up, guys.
Maybe a bit of Googling if you're not
sure. So we actually had to do it, obviously, for these Pocket Monsters. Because they are older cards and they're in Japanese, it's not clear what set they're in. So we did a bit of Googling and we found out that this was a base set coughing. The box after that is
card name.
This one's an obvious one. Charizard GX. Make sure that your spelling is correct and all that sort of stuff. Raichu and so on and so on.
The next one is your card number.
Okay, so your card number can vary from a set number to a promotional number. So this Charizard GX in particular, along with the Raichu and the Gyarados, all have promo numbers. as you can see, their Black Star promos in the bottom left-hand corner where my camera focuses.
So they'll have letters referring to what set they're from. So the SM in this will be Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon set, and it's card number 211.
So you'll type the whole SM 211.
Raichu is 213 and Gyarados is 212. So just making sure that you put the SM in front of it, so that if there is any information that Card Grading Australia need, they know the card that they're looking for. The next type is a card like this, where it just says in the bottom right hand corner NOs for number 109.
So we just type 109. Simple.
A lot of the newer sets are like
102 out of 180.
Yeah, like
I just write
5 out of 64. Like,
yeah, whatever the number is, if it's 102 out of 100 out of 1,000, I just write the 102.
Yeah,
102.
You don't need to
That's
write
it.
the slash
because
X amount.
when the slab comes back, when it comes back graded, it's not going to say 102 out of 80 whatever. It's just going to say number 102 whatever the Pokemon is. Yeah. Self-explanatory.
So the value, just put a fair value. What did it cost?
So that's what
you
it's
to
insured
replace it?
for. Like if you didn't know, that's what it's insured for. So if for some reason this package, the place was to burn down while your package was there, God forbid, it's insured for that value. So if you have a $500 card, put $500. Don't put less thinking that it's going to cost more. It will not cost you a cent extra if it's a $1 card or a $10,000 card. It won't change the value of the submission grade.
It's just to protect yourself, and so that CGA have something to give you in return if something was to happen. Alrighty, so first you want to grab your
Bubble Mailer.
Bubble Mailer. This is one we're just using for the sake of the video, just to demonstrate to you what needs to be done, because we don't actually have any. We sent our last ones with our last sales, so we haven't had a chance to grab any more. So grab yourself a bubble mailer. If not, bubble wrap it, and you could put it in a box. So you want to grab your paperwork that you've printed out, the email with your list of cards and your other ones stating which, oh God, it's going on the wrong side, which payment method you would like needs to go together into the bag. Then you want to grab your cards. Here I've got all my cards together, and grab a elastic band. So we sometimes go top to bottom depending on whether they're in these sorts of...
If they're all the same size. Yeah. If they're all the same size card savers, we'd throw one over the top.
So if they're all these ones, we'd throw... But we don't want to bend or damage them. We just want to keep them together so they're not sliding around and they're not going to come out and all that sort of stuff. So grab your nice bright elastic band and you want to chuck that in too, making sure that it is going to be secured in there. Then you would obviously seal it up, fill out your mailing address, which is PO Box 565 Ingleburn in New South Wales, 1890.
I'm surprised you remember that.
Australia. I've got it right in front of me.
I was going to say, how did you remember that?
And I do remember the PO Box.
The 565, I do remember. Yeah.
That's where you do it a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the details here. Obviously, once you've done that, chuck it in or take it to your local post office and post it off. Some
advice, if you are sending off some big value cards, like some of your base sets that are getting up there in price these days, ensure your shipping. It's got nothing to do with CGA or this whole method, but if you're sending anything and it's got high value, guys, throw insurance on your shipping just in case, because,
Our next step would be to wait to, like I said, ship them off and wait until you get an email saying that they have received your cards safe and well, and they will then invoice you with your cost plus shipping back to your address. Once you have that, obviously go ahead, he'll give you a link to pay that. You wait X amount of days, whatever you've decided, whether it be 3 business days or 45 business days, you just wait that time. It's dead on. He's pretty much dead on, if not a little bit earlier, but he's dead on your 30 days, or we've always been around 30 days.
When we get the email for the to pay it, does it give you the rough estimate date that it'll be back? It'll give you that date, won't it?
Yes, so apologies. They have recently changed the way that they invoice it to people.
This is us rambling now, guys. So if you want to click it off.
Unnecessary information. But they recently have brought in with their invoicing system. When they invoice you, they say the ETA date for your package will be X amount, like 26th of May or fuck it,
Yeah,
whatever the date is. Could be anything, but yeah, it'll have an estimated date. Look, he's usually really, really good. If there's any issues, I know a while back they got a big influx and ran out of slabs, so they told everyone, you know, be an extra couple of days. I don't think we even got the extra couple of days. It was
pretty much dead on
even with that issue. So look, you'll have no stress. They're a great team there. Any questions, just hit them up. I hope this video has been a little bit more insightful. Like I said, the next steps are just to wait for your invoice, wait for the confirmation once they receive your package. Again, recommending tracking on your package, and you'll get an invoice saying X amount needs to be paid, which will just be the amount you saw on the computer plus your shipping costs back to you. And it's about $20, I think, usually on average.
Yeah.
But it comes in a nice big box. It comes very well packaged, and it comes with all your extra
boxes.
Yeah, so this is the way we get our packages. Quite big boxes, but they've always got a load of bubble wrap in them. This is where we also now store a lot of.
Yeah, it doesn't come back, but it comes back with.
With bubble wrap and all that sort of stuff on it. Oops, I just hit the camera. And all that sort of stuff.
And the scale has changed from out of 100, like the slabs you saw earlier. They've now changed it to a 1 to 10, like PSA. So we don't have none of those slabs back yet.
So like, as you can see, this is a 1 out of 100. So 100 being pristine. Yeah, that's no longer now. So from yesterday onwards, the 22nd of May 2021, that was the official starting of 1 to 10. So we'll be doing a video very shortly. I think next week.
Yeah.
With another unboxing.
This coming week.
And they will be the first 1 to 10. So we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And make sure you give us a like.
If you're still listening, Jesus, you've earned that. You've really held on to the end.
Thank you.
Right down the bottom, Purple Power Ranger, if you've listened this far, so we know who's listened to us ramble for the last 10 minutes.
Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys. Yeah.
See you guys.